Hannah,
Hello.
I have the solution to all of our problems.
Oh?
And we're doing another episode of Summer Spam Corner.
Oh, good. Love this.
I got this is maybe the second time I've received this email over the last couple weeks. Second or third. So it must be serious. The email subject is business collaboration opportunity
Ooh.
with 2 exclamation marks.
Oh, okay. It's
How you know it's
serious.
serious.
Very serious.
I got sent this by Sumya Contact.
Mm.
Contacts at esterlocazicals.biz. It's a .biz domain name, so you know it's real business.
It's legitimate.
Yeah. They don't just give those to fake businesses.
No, never.
Okay. Dear Sir / Madam. Inclusive.
It's very specifically addressed.
Yeah. Hope this email finds you well. It does, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for taking your time to read this proposal. Proposal with capital P.
Oh, good. Well, they're very welcome.
I am a general business consultant in a leading pharmaceutical company.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, again with the specificity.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Which one? A leading one.
A leading one, you know.
I am contacting you to explore a potential business opportunity. This genuine business, the genuine kind, could be mutually beneficial to you.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think it would be mutually beneficial if it wasn't involving me.
Exactly.
It would just be beneficial to them.
Yeah.
I need your assistance in the supplying of raw material to our company.
Raw material?
Yes. Raw material, I should point out, has 2 capital letters.
Oh, so this is a brand name then?
I guess.
Okay.
Either that or, I mean, maybe reality does work like video games where they take raw material, put it into a machine, and medicine comes out.
I could believe that.
Yeah. We will be making a profit of $950,000 USD or more every month from this lucrative business.
Oh my God! This could be huge for us.
This may not be your area of specialization. Again,
it absolutely is.
Very thoughtful of them. They're emailing a video game website being like, we realize that you may not normally traffic in raw medical material.
Yeah.
But it will be another income generating business out of your speciality.
Well, now I'm very interested.
I can provide further details once I receive your response.
Fair.
Best regards, Miss Somya, General Consultant. $950,000 or more in profit.
In profit?
And all you and I need to do is figure out where we can get raw material.
Yeah.
I suppose raw material, but like more specifically, raw material in enough quantity that we could supply a leading pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, exactly.
Which sounds like a lot.
Maybe.
But you never know. Like, I've come to learn that, like, redstone goes a lot further than you think it would.
Oh, yeah.
Or like lapis, where it is raw material, but you really don't need a huge amount of it to enchant a bunch of stuff.
We have a lot of dirt and a lot of stone. That is perfect raw material.
I'm going to let Miss Somya know that we have like chests upon chests of stone, dirt, slate, I don't know how much of that is used in medicine. I have a netherwort farm that I can supply with them. We have animal products. I know some of those go into medicine. I believe beef gelatin is used in some medicines, which is why I inject it daily.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think we can make this work.
Definitely.
They must have seen our podcast, our Minecraft podcast, and been like, these people know how to mine raw resources.
Well, I mean, we do have that iron farm, so that is a good resource.
Iron is also a raw material used in medicine.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yeah.
I will let them know that we can hook them up with our iron farm.
Yeah. There we go.
$950,000 a month in profit. That's like, I mean, that's at least $30,000 if we split it both ways for each of us every month. At least. Maybe more.
We live like queens.
Yes. And we can finally get to the intro music.
It's mighty strange. You looking happily deranged. I can't be settled in bed. Or have you picked your target yet? Listen, babe. Don't you dog bite? Listen, babe.
Oh, it is that time of the week. It is Sunday. It is time for Online for Maintenance. Theoretically, the official podcast of MMOFallout.com. I'm Summer.
I'm Hannah.
And you are listening to episode number 26, Broad Dog in the Material. This episode, as is the entire podcast, is, of course, funded by our Patreon, patreon.com/MMOFallout. That's patreon.com/MMOFallout, where you can join for as little as $1 a month and continue with what I can only describe as negative reinforcement that keeps us putting this thing on the web every week. And it also fuels my other YouTube videos and my really stupid shorts that I make.
It also fuels our, I don't know if you've seen, but our studios have a little bit of an expansion here.
We've been able to buy some more stuff for the studio since last week.
We've got a little bit more going on here. I've actually had to move the
I did notice the map had moved.
Yeah, because we've got like way more stuff that we have in here. Like we're taking on so much stuff. It's incredible.
We almost have as many unread books in this studio as I have in my house.
I know. So
hopefully, and I do see that the map has been updated again.
Yeah, the map has been updated again. We've got I have some wonderful things I want to show people.
Okay.
Probably
it's great we have plenty to show people because there's not much in the way of I mean, there's no Sea of Thieves news this week.
No, there isn't any Sea of Thieves news this week. I haven't played. I've been focusing more on Minecraft lately. Just been having fun. I've gotten inspired to build, I guess. And I've been really working on like we'll see when we go over there. But yeah, our studio here has a little bit of an expansion. We've got a lot more stuff going on. We do need a new coffee machine. I think that this thing is just broken all the time. We need to get a microwave. I think that's like the next upgrade for the studio.
The coffee machine might be my fault.
Really?
For why that's broken. So I was on the internet and I was looking up I found a tutorial and it sort of talked about using your coffee machine as a way to Using the coffee machine as a way to wash delicate socks.
Yeah, I don't
And
think for that.
now I own, as you know, I own a pair of Sock Dream thigh highs.
Yes, they're very
They
lovely.
they cost me $20. The instructions on the website say that you should absolutely not machine wash them or dry them.
Hmm.
And I'm also kind of lazy, so like I don't want to hand wash these giant pairs of socks. So I did look, and there was a Reddit post, and they said that you can wash them, like run the coffee machine, put the socks where you would normally put the coffee filter, and it'll pretty much be the same as hand washing them, but without, the need to put in effort.
Yeah. Well, it
I
says don't machine wash them. A coffee pot is not a machine.
A coffee pot's not a machine, it's a coffee pot.
Exactly. The coffee machine is the machine. You're not putting the socks in the machine.
Yeah.
So this makes sense.
And I think some of the fibers may have backed up into where the water's dispensed, and it hasn't been working right ever since.
Okay.
Also, the coffee that it makes tastes like feet.
Ugh. All right. Well, we'll
So
have to look.
we might have to get a new coffee machine.
I did put the manual for the coffee machine above here, so we do have that if we need to consult the manual for the coffee
I
machine.
don't think you've read the manual. See, we got the coffee machine cheap. The manual is only in German and
Oh,
Taiwanese.
I can't understand the Taiwanese, but I don't understand what their coffee is. That's very, I can't understand it.
I mean, you can probably kind of, like, I don't know German, but German phonetically kind of sounds like you can usually figure out what it means.
It says, and this is a rough translation. If the coffee pot is taking its sweet time brewing, just yell "Schnell, Schnell, Schnell" at it. I don't understand what that means. But okay. Well, so let's. I've noticed that there's been a distinct lack of maintenance going on here,
Yes.
and we might need to hire a maintenance crew to take care of this, because this is just not acceptable.
There's not a lot of lawn mowing going on out here.
No, it's been bad. I don't know why, but we'll have to take care of it. Our studio is looking very nice, though. I love the green, the green copper. All right, so let's take people on a journey. I need to redo this path now that I'm looking at it.
Now that we no longer have to worry about the path being blown up.
Yeah, we've enabled a little plugin, I think it is, a little server modification to turn off creeper explosion damage. We still take like personal damage from them, but they don't blow stuff up.
I assumed it was just a thing that was like a digit that was turned off.
No, it's actually like a thing that needs
mod?
to. It's actual code. Yeah, it's a server mod basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not complicated. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's like a big thing. My friend, made it. But this is what we have. This is what I've been working on throughout the week. As you can see, if you look at from last week, there is quite a bit of a difference here.
Yes.
I have put in the clotheslines between each of the in between the buildings. I've brought this building around the corner a little bit here, and I actually want to smooth this out into put a better transition here from the tough shop to the it's effectively just a mock house front.
Yeah. And a mock house.
Yeah, and a mock house. I did this last night. It's not bad. I want to do a little bit more in there, make it look a little bit more interesting. But you can come in here, and it's even got a little thing to close the door for you. And then if we go back here, this is actually where the you can come back here where the item sorter is. Now the fun thing is too is that if you see up in this corner, the item sorter goes into the corner now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it continues on behind that But this is looking really good. It looks really, really believable. Yeah, there's nothing in that one. We're gonna add some more stuff in here to make it look more believable, make it look more lived in. And a lot of the stuff I've just done the black concrete to just make it look like there's depth there. But
Yeah.
we haven't, it's a process, it's over time. I like that I've left this green grass here as kind of like this is just kind of built up debris. We've got an open window here now with open shutters. A little windowsill up here with a little balcony. We see all the hanging sheets and towels and stuff. I'm going to change the color on that, and I've actually thought about it. I'm going to add a lot more. I'm going to add a lot more of those. Because I like them, but I think more. I want more of a eclectic, more like there's way more going on here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add more onto that. We have street lights here, so that way this place doesn't it's all lit up at night. We got a little sewer here, a little like drainage thing here. This is supposed to be a garbage can. I don't know how to make it look more like a garbage can, but it is. Remember when I had said that there was going to be a window up here?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is exactly like what this is pretty much what I was envisioning. Plus I've also put in this so there's white glass, and then there's just regular glass panel, and that's supposed to make it look like that panel's either been cleaned or replaced, or just there's something going on. It's supposed to draw your eye up to that because you see
did.
Yeah.
I saw that myself, and I was like, "Huh, what's the story behind that window?"
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you're supposed to go is wonder, what's the story behind that, and that's the whole ordeal. It's like that is completely done on purpose, and it is to draw your eye up that way, because you really get to feel like this city is lived in, or this part of the build is lived in.
Yeah.
I got a little vent up here for whatever purpose. And as I was telling you, like throughout the week, I like taking a single block and having that single block do a lot of work. Like on the wall behind you, there's polished granite, but there's one single piece of regular granite, and it's to kind of make like a rough wall texture. Like it's a brick wall that's falling apart, and even more falling apart over right here.
Right.
So I'm really, really happy with this. I am so happy with how this looks. Just how nice, like how good of a feel this has. And then I had a brilliant idea like 2 days ago. Oh yeah, the stone wheel things. I could use those as pulleys for the clotheslines.
Mm-hmm.
And those look fantastic.
Yeah.
Those really pull off the impression of being a clothesline pulley very, very well. So I put one up, and I was like, yes, perfect. I'm putting more up. So I think we're gonna add in a couple more clotheslines. I think we're gonna have them be at different heights and stuff too. I might move some around. But overall, I'm really, really happy with like this corner here. This corner took me the whole week to build. Like I've been working on this slowly over the whole week, and I really think that this is some of the best building I've been doing. Like it's visually very, very appealing.
Yeah.
Becoming nighttime. Don't like the nighttime. Monsters appear. And then I get scared. Okay. So now we have the continuation of my crazy item sorter. This is all linked up. If you come inside here, Summer. This is all linked up to the other item sorter, or to the other side of it. If you see over here, we've got a line of hoppers that are coming in, and that just continues on into all of the oak products. And this will automatically sort every single oak product that can be stacked. It cannot sort oak boats because boats can't be stacked. Other than that, I had to go through this and actually put in I missed two different things, and I wanted it to look pretty, so I had to move everything down. I missed what is this? Oak wood, not oak logs, oak wood, and then oak stripped wood. And again, not the log, not a stripped log, stripped wood. Stripped wood is when you take 4 logs and then put them in a 2x2 in your crafting table. And that makes a wood block that doesn't have
The bark.
the rings on it. And then if we come around up here, we have birch. All the birch is being sorted too, although this is not yet connected to the item sorter, because the way that I have this planned for working is it's going to go all like the items from the oak side are going to go all the way down to one end, and then it's going to come back and sort all things that way. That way it's going to minimize the number of item elevators as well as the number of hoppers that I'm using.
Okay.
I'm trying to reduce the number of item elevators just for a reduction in complexity sake. I'm trying to reduce the number of hoppers for a reduction on server resources.
Yeah.
Hoppers require a little bit more server resources than your average block. And when you end up with, 100, 200,000 hoppers, it actually affects the server pretty greatly. We are only going to end up with 2,000 or 3,000 hoppers, maybe 6,000, 7,000 at the very most. We're not going to get anywhere near. I hear it's around 50,000 is when you start to like notice little things are a little bit funny on the server, but we're not going to get anywhere near 50,000. Like, that's how much I've looked into Minecraft. But yeah, this is what I've been working on over the last week. I've cleared out this area. I've leveled it out. We're gonna put in a mosaic of some type. I'm hoping to have that done by next week to show people. And then also another. I need to get my next goal is spruce wood, dark oak, pale oak, and jungle. I think those are my next woods that need to be sorted out. I was trying to put the crimson and warped on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking about putting bamboo over here because there's a lot of bamboo products.
Okay.
Actually, bamboo would be fun to build next. Have it all, and I'm trying to do a little bit of a different theme for all of them. The oak one is just pretty basic and pretty standard because it is really the most basic wood. It's the wood that people encounter the most in Minecraft. So it's just pretty just stout, steady, stable, bold, simple, nice.
Yeah.
Birch is a little bit more open, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more, casual. Not gonna be a whole lot more here. Plus, with birch, we're gonna put a roof on this. So with oak, we're not, we don't have to worry about a roof. We need to have the oak look a little bit better on the storefront, whereas the ones on top, I'm gonna focus on roofs. And this is how I play survival Minecraft.
And then all of these plans are going to go by the wayside once that hard survival mode server pops up.
Yes, which is next week Saturday.
Next week Saturday.
Yeah, I can't wait. You and I gotta get started. We gotta build an iron farm right away.
Yeah.
We're gonna build iron farm and people are like, "Can I use your iron farm?" But we'll probably end up doing the same thing. I'll probably make it a little bit better so that way it dumps into a chest right away and then auto sorts the or auto like crafts the block right away rather than what we have going on. Should we show like because there is no Sea of Thieves? Should we show people the rest of the server?
Sure.
All right, cool. Let's do that. My little noisy path. I have noticed that the path is quite noisy due to the the pressure plates that are on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But the pressure plates need to be there for texture. And I think I can get away with it because I've made an attic before or a crawl space before, and it had the pressure plates on, and I think that works for creaky floorboards.
Yeah, creaky attic.
Yeah, exactly. It really, really works for that. But for a stone path, maybe Mojang. Hey, Mojang, I know you're listening because of course you tune in every week. Let's get a different sound effect for the stone pressure plate.
Yeah. Johnny Mojang listens to this podcast.
I mean, John Mojang
CEO of Mojang.
is always listening. So, let's show him our villager breeder. So this village is the first one that we encountered. All the villagers except the 2 that we use for breeding are dead, because that's just what happens most of the time in Minecraft. Here we have my standard villager breeder. I usually make it to look like a house because, well, I don't know. I like to build houses. I don't know what else to make it look like. It makes sense to have it look like a house, especially if we build it in the village. And it even mocks the Minecraft houses a little bit.
Yeah.
To try to like not stand out so much, not have it look like, oh, this is just a machine. This is just to breed villagers. This track comes out of here. This is how we pick up our villagers, right over here with this track. Then they can go one of 2 ways. Right now it's set to go to the trading hall, because I have a trading hall built set up over there. We've got a couple villagers. We've got good enchants that we need. But then this way is to the iron farm, because our iron farm needed what, 12 villagers?
Yes, 12.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been about a month and a half since we built it, so I don't remember. This house that you saved, I remember you put this was on fire because it was built over the lava. I don't know why people would build their house over lava anyway. It makes no sense.
I don't know. The villagers tend to do that a lot, I noticed.
Yeah. There's our nether portal. We just took a ruined nether portal and just, did it up, made it look nice. It's not really, particularly that nice, but it's not, it's just a portal. I don't like our nether. Our nether's it's way crazy.
Yeah.
So this is our iron farm. This is actually a very, very good iron farm. If anybody finds this iron farm on YouTube, I really wholeheartedly recommend this iron farm, because I've done an iron farm with 3 villagers before, and it didn't produce it did not produce nearly as much iron as this damn thing. This thing is just cranking out iron left, right, and center. Summer built this lovely AFK home.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice. Decorating it with skulls.
Yes, the skulls of our enemies.
The skulls of our enemies. Like, I love this server so much because like this plains that's on the edge of the village here is just gorgeous. You don't see like huge plains like this very often.
No.
Ooh, you got booted.
I was to say, I'm having some connection problems.
Are you okay? Like, can you get back in?
Maybe?
Maybe. Let's see. Oh, you're good.
Ooh.
It boots me from this. It boots me sometimes even, and like the server's sitting right behind me, so it happens.
Live technical problems. On our pre-recorded podcast.
So if we
Okay.
come down, all right. So this is where, this is the killing chamber for it. We just, standard drop the iron golem into lava. The lava kills it. So the fun thing about this is if we come down here, ooh, there goes yeah. That two of them? Oh, that is two of them. The fun thing about this is if you come down here, we are auto sorting all of our flowers, and then we are automatically crafting the iron into iron blocks. And this has, I don't know, it can store tons and tons of iron due to this. It's actually going to back up on flowers before it backs up on iron. And we can just sit here and AFK all day, and it'll just produce iron blocks left, right, and center. It'll just be, this is incredible for how good this is. I just realized I can make this one. Oh, maybe I could. I don't know. Yeah, I think I can make this one smaller. I don't need to though. I am obsessed with making redstone machines smaller. Like that's what I'll do is I'll make a redstone machine and then I'll make it smaller and then I'll be like, how can I make this smaller?
Perfect.
All right, let's go. Back to the studio. So we can talk about what you've been doing over the week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's effectively that's the majority of the server. I know you go out and do a lot of exploring. I usually stay back at like the hut or our base,
Yeah.
doing stuff. I'm always building things. I love building. I love how like varied and different and like how much the world generation has changed since you were had played last.
Yeah, it's very different.
Because I'm guessing that you go exploring now and it's never the same thing and it's never boring.
Yeah. Like I said in the past, there's the last time that I played so many years ago, there was world generation, but there wasn't any coherency. It was all random. There wasn't really any coherency to the world generation, whereas now it feels like there's a lot more. The game is generating the world in a way that no matter where you go, there's something to do.
Yes. Yeah, there is so much to do everywhere. I'm gonna look up an archaeological dig this week, and we should do that because those are a ton of fun.
We should. Also, just the fact that so many of the things that when I played were either like they either didn't exist or they were at the very earliest levels of development.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I played, there wasn't enchantment, so there were levels, but the levels didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then redstone itself was a very, very basic thing.
Yeah, because redstone existed, redstone torches existed. I don't remember if redstone blocks existed.
I don't think they did, because a lot of things at that time did not have blocks.
But things like redstone repeaters didn't exist. Comparators didn't exist. Pistons for sure didn't exist.
Yeah.
So people were doing things that were a lot. They were a lot bigger because they used more simple components.
Yes, they were a lot bigger because instead of you had to recreate the concept of a repeater
Yeah.
before the repeater existed. And
Yeah.
that usually meant making the circuit much bigger so
Yeah.
that it would activate itself on a repeating cycle that they would later turn into the repeaters.
Yeah, and there's a specific component that's used a lot in Minecraft machines called a T flip-flop, a toggleable flip-flop. It's effectively a switch, an on-off switch. And the smallest that I used to be able to make one when I was learning Redstone was it was 4 blocks. Now they've introduced a component that makes it a single block. So you can have a T flip-flop that is literally just a single block.
Yeah.
So stuff like that is really been nice to like expand on Minecraft machines, Redstone machines,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. How has Minecraft been for you this week before we move on to other games?
Pretty uneventful. I've been mostly gathering just, doing my chores, gathering resources, working on the farms, birthing large quantities of chickens and then slaughtering them. That kind of stuff.
You had your red wool debacle.
I hadn't. Okay. Okay. We don't need to bring up how stupid I am. I do that perfectly enough by myself.
I didn't say that. It was funny. You're so cute.
For the audience, to explain this joke, I spent. So we have our sheep shearers, and I missed 2 of the sheep putting in unbreakable shears. And so the shears broke, and the easiest way to restart the machine is to throw on a redstone block, get it to clip, and then destroy the redstone block. And then that just kicks the cycle off. I was throwing down the redstone block for about 4 minutes, deleting it, popping it back down, wondering why the hell it wasn't working. Before I came to the realization that I was dropping a block of red wool because I'm illiterate and I wasn't reading past the red.
Well, it's red. It should power things.
It's
okay?
red and it's a block. It should power the redstone.
And it should go
Also,
fast.
I had a block of redstone in my inventory that I had intended to use to restart the clipper, and I just kept putting down the red wool block, thinking that the game was bugged, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, this isn't working. Why is this game so dumb? Put it down, break it, put it down, break it, put it down, and then I read the block.
People who play Minecraft don't like to read, okay?
This is why I haven't uploaded a book review in like a month and a half. I've accepted that I'm completely illiterate. But that's my embarrassing story for this week.
I think it's cute.
Now I'll tell you about a video game that I've been playing.
What have you been playing?
I have been playing because I use my time wisely. I have been playing Recycling Center Simulator.
Oh, okay.
And I got the key through Keymailer from Playway because Playway seems to be one of the few companies to actually give me keys for games. And I hope that I did them proud because My review wasn't much of a review. It was just kind of a thing that I wrote for my own entertainment because with Playway games, I feel like there's not a whole lot you can say in a formal review. But Recycling Center Simulator, the purpose of the game is you take ownership of a recycling center. Go figure. And the point of the game is every day you bid on lots, and it's abandoned lots of businesses that have shut down. You haggle how much you're willing to pay for access to the lot, and then you drive your truck out, you collect everything that, isn't nailed down, throw it in your truck, bring it back, separate it by recycling type, and then you buy machines that process that material into initially just into raw product. And then the more money you get, the more reputation you have, you get access to better machines. So instead of making, for example, like you get glass. You melt down the glass to get glass dust. Your first you sell those small materials for little bits of money. And then the tier 2 machine for glass gives you melted glass blocks. And you can sell those to get more money until you get enough for the tier 3 machines where you're making glass bottles, glass bricks, and actual products. And then you're selling those. So like the paper, you get paper pulp, which then you can turn into paper rolls, which then you can turn into like envelopes and cardboard boxes and stuff. But the whole idea is that you start off small, you get access to more places, more profit, you can hire employees, because the bigger you get, eventually you hit a point where you just have so many offers for lots that there's no way that you can do it all in one day. So I had, by the time where I figured I played enough to write my review, which was about 24 hours into the game, I had four drivers working under me, and I had 2 people working at my station to sort the stuff when it came back. And with Playway games, I hesitate to call them fun. I think you would like it to some extent because it is one of the draws of the game is setting up your machines, and then the tier 4 end game is where you own the tier 4 machines, which are hybrid, which are now like products that are made from 2 separate materials. So the goal of the game at that point is you have a big warehouse, a big floor for your machinery, and robots that can transport your materials around. And at that point, the machinery part of it is an exercise in placing your machines and making things efficient. Putting down conveyor belts, putting down like little things to separate materials, that sort of deal.
I would love that. Honestly, I would, because there's automation involved.
Yes.
So
And-
anything with automation involved, I am there. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would play this and probably get lost.
And I do like the game has the very wonky physics. The only thing I really don't like is that they use AI profile pictures for the characters,
Eh,
it looks like shit.
that's fair, but like if it's
And
just
also not only did they use AI to generate profile pictures, but they got lazy. So there's
Oh.
like 3 character faces. So you could take 7 lots in a day and have 5 of them be the picture of the same exact person.
That's yeah.
But
Are they just
also
replac-
they went down a lazier route, like they didn't even match names to gender.
Oh,
So
joy.
my yeah. I had a fully bearded I had a I all of my sorters were the exact same character model.
Uh-huh.
A bearded dude, and one of them was named Ashley.
Well, I mean, Ashley is can be a masculine name, to be fair.
Now, I don't think I'm going to play the game anymore. It hit a point where the number of resources you have to collect, the number of resources you have to collect and maintain just hit that point of like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah,
When you go from tier 3 to tier 4, the complexity of the game blows up astronomically.
and see, that's the point in the game where I'd be like, okay, how the fuck do I do this? And I sit down,
Right.
for like 8 hours, and I'm like, this is the smallest and best thing that can ever be built in the game.
I will probably go back to it at some point. I had a spreadsheet set up where I was putting in I would get my materials in, and then I would put the raw materials in, and I had it calculate how many of each item I could make. That way I could go to my contract list and see the things that I could actually take at that moment, because for the contracts you only have a certain number of days to finish them. So basically I would only take the contracts that I knew I could finish at that exact moment.
Yeah.
Because you do get penalized monetarily if you take a contract and then can't fulfill it. But there's no penalty if you just let a contract expire, because the game at any point has far more contracts than you could ever conceivably finish.
Yeah, I would play this, but I would get bored eventually, because there's a
Yeah.
point where you're just like, there's not more to do. You just take
Yes.
on more.
Yeah, you eventually hit the ceiling. I would say compared to similar games, the ceiling where there's no longer anything else you could do other than just kind of let the days flow and let the days flow, and you've maximized everything is much earlier.
Yeah.
But I
When
got
I-
I got 23 24 hours out of it.
Yeah, Steam says 24.1 on you.
Yeah.
When I think of building automation games, I always think of like Factorio, because that is like
Yeah.
the #1 building automation game. What
Oh.
Factorio does is like the resources are not finite. So Factorio, if you want to continue playing the same save file, you can, and there are always things to do, because it keeps driving you to go out farther and farther and farther to bring those resources back.
Yeah. Also,
And
I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
I got a ton of footage for my review, only to find that about half of it was completely useless.
How come?
Because I was listening to YouTube videos, and I forgot that NVIDIA Capture records all audio on the computer. So out of all of my videos, I would say a quarter of them were useless because of YouTube videos, and another quarter were useless because I was chatting with you on Discord while I was playing the game, and I didn't realize how much talking was going on in the background.
Yeah, and probably don't put that up.
No. So my options were either to mute the audio completely, which I didn't want to do, or just not use the footage.
Yeah. You could use it as B-roll if you wanted to talk over it, but like,
Yeah.
that's only so interesting.
So yeah, I wrote my review of that. It's about 5 minutes long. It's on YouTube. It's doing okay.
I watched it. I gave it a thumbs up.
I've come to terms with the fact that very rarely do any of my videos. I'm kind of the opposite of the trend. Not that I'm saying that I get major views, but with a lot of generally with videos on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, the trend is usually like you get most of the views within the first week, and then it just goes over a cliff. Whereas I notice with my videos, some of them will get a fair amount of views early on, but they really just kind of slow burn over time.
Yeah, and honestly, the slow burn over time is going to net you more views.
Yeah. But it makes me I've come to terms with the fact that like I might upload a video and it'll have a small handful of views in the first day, and then it'll just like keep riding out.
No, that is better because that's the way, like, when I was doing YouTube, that's the way that it was, is all of my views were going to be had in the first, like, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Realistically, the first day or 2. After that, shows aren't getting views. So if you're still
Yeah.
getting views 2 weeks later, that's good, babe.
Well, a lot of your stuff was very much time sensitive.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was running a news show, like a literal like daily news show. So like if you're not like if you aren't keeping up with it, like keeping up with it was the point. It wasn't
Yeah.
to just sit back and watch episodes.
I am still proud of my my downvoted Mafia the Old Country short, where it was the caption is what's your goal starting HRT, and it's literally just a 4-second clip from the game where your characters are driving and the one guy goes, "I like boobies." I posted that and someone downvoted it within like a half an hour of me posting it. Like the first view downvoted it.
I mean, I guess they just don't like boobies.
What kind of person does that?
I know, right? I mean, everyone loves boobies.
Everyone loves boobies.
I love boobies.
But I'm trying to decide what my next game is going to be, because I have a lot of games and I kind of want to bring back my Crap on Deck series. Yes, Crap on Deck. It's a series that I have like, I want to say maybe 7 or 8 episodes on. It's reviewing games based on how they play on the Steam Deck.
Oh, okay.
And I've had kind of a love-hate relationship with that series, because the Steam Deck, the problem with reviewing games on the Steam Deck is capturing.
Yes.
And in that case, it's really hard to it's kind of hard to figure out how to organically review a game on the Steam Deck, because I'm always like, if I have it hooked up to a capture card, like I'll have it hooked up to my Elgato to capture footage, but in that case, I'm not looking at the Steam Deck, I'm looking at the screen. And also, in order to capture footage, I have to have it plugged in, so like it's not figuring out battery usage. And also, the biggest problem with it is just that the Steam Deck to Elgato to my computer is very finicky with what it will detect. So, like, completely dependent on the game, what I found is I might have to boot the game up and then plug it into the Elgato, plug it into the Elgato, then boot the game up. I usually have to reboot my Steam Deck a couple of times to get the Elgato to recognize the signal. It works with my third-party USB-C hub, but not the Steam Deck USB-C hub. For some reason, even though it's just like an HDMI plug in the hub.
That's going to be a driver issue.
Probably. But it's just getting the capture is a pain in the ass. And
Yeah,
also I've been sort of like flip-flopping back and forth on what exactly I want the reviews to be.
And it's every game is going to be a guess and check then too, because you don't know if it's going to be like start the game up, then plug it in, start the game up, all
Yeah.
these other things. So it takes time to get the damn thing even going.
Plus there's a lot of setup for it, just
Yeah.
hardware wise.
Yeah.
And I still have trauma. I still have trauma from my BioShock review.
Oh.
What I was doing for a while, before I had the Elgato. Well, no, this was on my previous Elgato.
Yeah.
I had a really bad. I had a really bad jerry rig setup.
Yeah.
What I had was I have, and I might still have it. I had one of those HDMI splitters.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And I used it because I actually bought it to get footage off of my PlayStation TV.
Okay.
Because the PlayStation TV, you cannot turn HDCP off on it. So in order to get footage that wasn't blocked by that wasn't blocked by like the copyright protection.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought a Chinese HDMI splitter, and it was an HDMI splitter that had its own power plug.
Oh wow.
And this was about 3 years ago, I think. I plugged my Steam Deck into the HDMI splitter, into the Elgato, into my computer, and I plugged the power cord into the HDMI splitter.
Yeah.
And I hear a snap, like an electrical snap.
No.
My Steam Deck turns off. My laptop turns off. My computer monitor turns off. And none of them are turning back on. I was ready to die.
Yeah.
And I actually I went to bed that night like I just fried over $3,000 worth of hardware. Cause like I unplug my laptop, plug it back in, like hit the power button, no lights, nothing. Like monitor, nothing. Steam Deck, nothing. And I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning just miserable. And I came out and I was like, let me, let's just try on a whim. Hit the power button on my laptop, turns on. So I think what happened is all of them shut down, like whatever power, like whatever surge thing kicked in on everything and shut it down, and like that's why it wasn't turning on at first.
Yeah.
But also it happened late at night, so like I wasn't awake long enough for whatever that thing is to reset, so I could turn it on.
It'll
But-
usually take about 5 minutes.
Oh, they were not turning on for a good like 2 hours.
Oh, I have no idea then, babe. That's weird.
But my monitor turned on, my laptop turned on, I plugged the Steam Deck in, logo came back up. Like I took the HDMI splitter and I threw it right in the garbage.
Yeesh.
I
Jeez.
have never been more scared for my stuff than when that happened.
Oh my gosh.
But and like the whole time I'm going to bed, I'm like, I can't, like I can't afford a fucking new computer. So like, website's gone, YouTube channel's gone, the plans that I had for the podcast gone. Just like everything had been shut down for the foreseeable future. But thankfully none of it was broken. And I did end up getting I got the Elgato, which I figured out how to get that working with the Steam Deck.
Yeah, babe, when did this happen?
A couple of years ago.
Okay.
I think it was before you and I were like, we might have been chatting very occasional, like indirectly on Sentinels, but not like actually, I think it was before we were like have in the voice chat.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's my story. I want to play more. I want to play more games on the Steam Deck, and I want to try out like. I want to do. I want to figure out what format I want to stick with for crap on deck. It kind of has the handicap that I don't. I'm not able to really play new games on it because that, like it's the cycle of like the channel isn't making money because I'm not really playing the new games that would feed the algorithm, but at the same time, I can't afford to get the new games to feed the algorithm because the channel's not making any money.
We just
So
gotta start selling resources to that girl.
we need to start selling resources. If we were making $960,000 a month in profit, I could afford more video games.
And I mean, you were playing Recycling Simulator. That has you straight up said that there's tons of raw material in that game.
Yeah.
So we need to like get playing both games, get as much raw material from both games as we can.
Right. So yeah, I mean I have a number of games that came out this year or last year that I should be using my time more wisely and playing those on the Steam Deck if I want to, keep the series going.
Well, yeah, but it's mostly important to like have fun and do what you enjoy.
Yeah.
So, I think that's more important.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to this week.
Okay. Do we have any news?
No.
No news. Well, no news is good news.
No, and I think that's a good place to end the show for the week.
Yeah, no, that's
I like that our show is becoming more timeless. It's less about what's going on lately and more like it's our Minecraft server. It's a thing that people at least I think people would be interested in seeing, even if they're looking at it, say, like 5 months after it comes out, as opposed to if we were spending 30, 45 minutes talking about the latest games that are coming out, or like news that's not going to be relevant in a week, or in some cases by the time the podcast even comes out to the public.
I completely agree.
Also, it's less editing on my side.
That's always a good thing.
I like, see, I kind of take the same attitude with the podcast that I do with my videos, where I like shorter and more condensed.
Mhm.
I like that most of my most of my reviews are 5 to 7 minutes on the longer end, because I say what I need to say, and then I let people go on their way. I like the shorter format without being ADHD short.
Oh no, I agree with that completely. Because I don't like the, for lack of a better term, ADHD content. I don't like that, but I also like to be able to take in a bunch of things, and like those shorts get really, really funny if you know how to do like the right kind of editing.
Yeah, and I do shorts too. But I'm talking about my more information. Like the shorts that I do are entertainment. The videos that I do are more informational.
Yeah, fair.
And they also fit because I couldn't fake the energy if I tried. I think one of my someone who watched one of my videos once said that they enjoy my energy, but they said that I have I talk like Ben Stein coming out of surgery.
Yeah. I'd say so. That's a good description.
And that's stuck with me for several years now. And usually when I tell that to people, they're like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But on that note, it's a great place to leave the podcast for the week. I'm Summer.
I'm Hannah.
Check us out. Support the show. Patreon.com/MMO Fallout. And we will see you next week. I probably should have queued up the music again.
Yeah, we probably need some like outro music or some way to like end this show, Otherwise, like the pretty girl is just gonna have to talk and fill space, talking about whatever she wants. Anyway, everybody, thank you, love you, goodbye. Mwah.
Full space. Isn't he the CEO of Microsoft?
Thank you.
Xbox Division.
Bye.
That's your dog.